Yes, ma'am.
Yo, it's your girl, motherfucking T True, the Breathe Easy podcast. Way the fuck in Daytona, baby. Look who I'm with.
Okay, man. The Glees, y'all already know, man. It's the Wick Lady, man. Creator of the no thread, no rubber band Wick method. Okay, crowning them kings and queens across the globe.
You already know. Yo, so first of all, I want to thank you for doing this because we know you're a busy woman. I see it all the time. You're doing everybody here, doing everybody's shit. So let's start from the beginning. How did you become the Wick Lady?
Oh man, so I moved out here from Brooklyn back in 2013. I was actually here in 2010, but I left and I came back. You know, and I'm a Brooklyn girl.
Right.
I started up. I actually was with my boyfriend. Me and him got together. I came out here to continue my education because I had just graduated for my psychology degree, and I thought I was going to come out here, get my bachelor's, get into a nursing home, do the normal thing.
You learn fast.
But listen, when God got a plan for you, I always tell people I can't never tell my story without putting God first. When He got a plan for you in your life, He is going to put you there. You know, so I moved out here. It wasn't really working going back to school. I didn't have no car. Boy, 100 degrees. Walking
you need a car in Florida. For real.
I thought I could do the new
thing. Now
thing.
It's a little bit different because they got Uber and stuff, so it's a little bit easier.
So when I moved here, I was in Carroll City and like Lyft and shit. I ain't had no Lyft money. Who got Lyft money?
Yeah.
$30 to go down the block. Right. You feel me? So long story short, his brother was like, well, you do hair, you know, and I've always loved doing hair since I was a little girl, but I never thought hair was going to be my thing.
But what'd you start out doing? Like braids?
Everything. Braids, retwists, cuts, colors. I do everything.
Oh, you do cuts too?
I do everything. I just stopped doing them when I became the Wick Lady. Yeah. God said, no.
Right. This is your thing.
That's a fact. So I ended up working at the Carol Mart.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was at the Carol Mart before they shut it down. Shout out to the Carol Mart.
For real?
You already know, Triple C's, man. And I was in there grinding like them little Africans on 1250. Yeah. Hey, Bray, you want your hair done, you know? And I started seeing a lot of men with wigs, and I'm like, come, let me do your hair. And one of them was like, nah, where you from? What's that accent? I'm like, what that got to do with your hair?
Right.
Like, nah. I ain't never seen cocky men like about their hair like.
Nah, they don't want anybody touching their shit. You know what
Mind you, it's broken and ripped, like shit hanging off. I'm like,
they need a fix.
Calm that down. You know, I'm gonna be like, hold on. That's not even cute. Right. Okay.
Let me fix that.
Some stuff hanging in it. Let me like, you know. But for that, it was like, damn, you know, I had this one dude, he used to sell DVDs at the flea and shit like that. Rasta, he a Rasta, you know. Okay. From Brooklyn, I normally know the Rasta is wearing the free forms or like a homeless person. I ain't gonna lie, the bums in the streets. You know, I don't know.
Who gonna do that here?
Yeah, but right. So when I see everybody with him, I'm like, y'all all got y'all hair like this, you know? And I asked him because he usually keep it in a big stocking. And I'm like, can I see your hair? He's like, you know, I'm a Rastafari and I really let people in my hair. Yeah. And that I respect. I've always respected the spirituality of hair, you know? So when it came to that, I don't let people in my hair, like, I'm Haitian.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody in your hair. So I felt that. But for me to see Black Americans feel the same way, you know, it was like, oh, but what's your excuse?
Right. It's a culture thing. It's a culture thing.
So I realized like it became like it's a Florida culture thing, you know. So when he dropped his hair, it was like he looked so majestic. I was like, I ain't never known men to grow that much hair like freely and willingly, unless it was a spiritual or religious thing. So when he dropped it, I'm like, so beautiful. Like I just fell in love with it. My spirit grew to it, and I was like, God, I want to know how to do this, you know?
So at that time you didn't know how to do
nothing about them. I thought what everybody else thought, like Jelly Baby, like, you know, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I wanted to help them because I see how beautiful it was. I see the strength. I see the like his ancestors was behind him, and I was like,
mane, like the lion mane.
I was like, yo, I need to help you fix this, like, you know. So I prayed on it, and like my love for it just grew and it grew and it grew. And for like 2-3 years, I didn't have nobody let me try their wigs until Denzel Curry. Okay.
What? I love him. Shout out Denzel Curry.
I didn't even know who he was when he came in. You gotta understand, I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah. So for me, all of this is just new. Like, but doing hair is nothing to me. So it's my second nature. Like, and I'm a Brooklyn girl, so I know how to hustle. So I'm trying to, you know, what's up? Let me do your hair. I got you. Like, let me fix that.
You put your face out there. Yeah.
Sure enough. And then he came in there and he asked me, you know, he was like, man, do you know how to do wigs? I'm like, man, I've been.
But how did he find out about you?
He didn't. He walked into the flea market like everybody else.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
And as he's
divine intervention.
Girl, I'm hitting them out trying to get that money. I got a kid to feed.
Yeah.
I do braids, wraps. I'm trying to introduce them to softer hair because you know in New York we wear our natural hair, like so none of that spritz and gel. Like let me grow your hair because that's before anything. My thing was I grow hair, and I've always knew that. My mom always said that. You know, like my sister.
You got them hands.
I got hands. Okay. My dad, he grows fruits
and
stuff.
That's such a Caribbean thing to say.
No, she always told me that. She said, you got hands for it. People who got hands for things. And I'm glad you said that. Yeah. Because I tell people, like, if you ain't got hands for something, whether it's hair, cooking, it's not going to
I was about to say that because, like, with cooking, my mom always say, like, if we're doing, like, a big, family thing or whatever, she'd be like, who hand swell rice? Because you want to know who hand gonna make the rice abundant. That's you know what I'm saying? And it's true because some people cook the rice and they be like, dang, that's it.
It's all tasty and flat. The shit be hard. Like, I don't want this rice. It's mushy.
Like, what's her name? Cook it.
That's a fact. Tell Auntie to make that, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just what it was. And he was just,
dope.
Yeah, he was just telling me like his brother had just passed and he had wicks. And he uses his hair as his identity, you know, like everybody else. But it was just a part of me truly just understanding, you know. When he came, he was like, I told him, I was like, I don't know how to do these, but I want to learn. You know, as a person, right? My motto is honesty is the best policy. Right, so I'm not just, you say right, but a lot of people want, I could do that. Come on,
right, and then have you before and after, or what I asked for and what I got.
So I kept it real with him, and he was like, listen, I like you. Let's try this. You feel me? So, like anybody else, I took some gel. I tried to retwist it. I said, Dan, it's not working. I rubber band it. I tried to like brush it. I started threading it, like, you know, and I thought that's what it was. And then he left, and I didn't see him for months at a time. So, and he was at home doing his own hair too. So when he would come back, I'm like,
I didn't do this.
And this shit don't look right. Like, damn, I don't want to waste the opportunity somebody gave me not really understanding. So me, I'm a person of prayer. If I don't understand something, God, please help me. I'm praying on it. And, that's me. And he started revealing everything to me. He taught me what to use, how to use it. Like I seen the crochet needle in my head. Like I prayed on it and I got that vision.
That's so fucking crazy.
I promise you, because my sister had tried to get me to crochet for white people hair. Like 3 years before that. And the first time I did it, I hit my nail and blood started squirting. I said, no offense, but F them crackers, okay? I ain't. And forget them white people. They don't need locks. That's why they hair straight out. So when I prayed on it after seeing his hair, I said, God, I can't, you know, really have his hair like this. What should I do? Like, I need something. I need something that's going to help the hair and hold it, but the thread is destroying it. And the rubber band, what am I going to do? And in my head, I see the crochet needle.
That's so crazy.
And I'm like, all right, girl, you tripping. Because God, why would you right, like, I hate that thing, you know? And then he showed me doing his hair. And I seen it. I seen the whole technique, and I was like,
that is so crazy.
That makes sense. Okay, let me try. And I called him, and I was like, yo, I got an idea. You know, I want to try something. He was like, me too. And he came in, and he had told me he had moved to California. I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought he moved, you know?
Yeah.
He had dyed it blonde, all types of stuff.
I'm going through his Cali shit.
Oh, my God. How am I going to fix this as you know? But I was like, yo, I wanted to show you something. So I turned my back to go in the drawer to grab the crochet needle. And he grabs his, and I didn't know at the time. He goes, yeah, have you ever heard of one of these? And as we turned around, we both had one in our hand. Oh, and I was like, yo, this is destiny. Like, and everything was history after that.
That is so dope.
Yep. Shout out to Denzel Curry, man.
For real,
Shout out to my bro. Till this day, we like this, okay? He's even more solid than ever.
He's dope. I love his music. Yeah, it's different. He remind me of like a Kanye kind of.
Mm-hmm. Nah, Kanye kind of too tripped out, but I get what you're saying with the creativity. Yeah, that's Taylor Black. That's Taylor Black.
It's not like so red winey. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. Oh shit, they don't teleport. So when you started doing the wigs and stuff like that, you automatically started making them stand up like that, or they were hanging down at first?
So his was already hanging down because he already had got that weight. You know, our biggest goal at first was
just to fix them up,
to get the roots and to make it look healthy. So once I started crocheting the roots, he already had the weights because he started with dreadlocks. I had to combine them. Right. So my first time even trying to do wigs was trying to combine them. That's like going from 0 to 1 million. Right. And I didn't know until 3 years later when I had to learn how to do starter wigs. But I combined them and like the ends weren't connected because I really didn't know how to crochet it because his hair was so hard. It was different crocheting a white texture hair versus a black. So now I got to relearn, like, these are my people. This was meant for us.
You have to know this one.
But that's what got me. Like I said, I prayed on it, and it was like, we have this tool, and we've been using it to do other people hair.
Right.
The same people who didn't like our hair. The same people who told us our hair was nasty, dreadful, all of that. But we've been doing their hair with this tool for so long, and we use it as well for lock repair and stuff, but nobody has ever used it for wicks or freeform locks, because that's what wicks are. Right. People get that mistaken. But you know, Florida got their own lingo. Right. They wicks, but they are freeform locks, guys. Don't get it mistaken. All of that extra stuff y'all got going on.
Bunks and all kinds of shit.
Okay, well, not bunks. So what bunks is basically, bunks is a starter wick. You know, they gave it a nickname. So those are like the little ones. They're growing. Like your little face.
It makes sense though, because it looked like a little bump.
That's a real Florida thing. You got the bumps in there. You know, so that's what that, and a lot of people throughout, like, the whole going viral thing, instead of taking the proper information, they just took it home and ran with it. But you know, that's basically what that is. So once I got his hair to drop, he was like, yo. That's how he talks. Loving it. Yo, his energy is so anybody know this man? He is
I can see it.
He's like, yo, I want you to make my hair stand up. And I was like, are you for real? Like, no. For me, it was like, in the air? Like, what do you mean? Like Dragon Ball Z? And I'm like, how am I going to make his hair stand up? And for me, it was just so trippy. I didn't understand it at the time, you know. But like I said, I prayed on it and God showed it to me. And I didn't learn how to stand up his hair until like 2-3 years later.
Wow.
Yeah, and I called him. By then, his hair done changed so much. Yeah. And he was like, yo, I'm coming out there. I was like, yo, I can put your hair in the air. I can put your hair in the air. I can make it stand all the way up and it won't fall down. He's like, you lying. I was like, I got you.
So how did you figure that out? What did you do?
I prayed. Now,
vision.
It is a vision, but basically, like, when I don't understand something and I tell people, like, we all have that inner voice that guides us. You know, we choose whether or not to listen to the positive or not. You know, most of the times we listen to the bullshit. Yeah. And then regret it later. So I got to a point in my life, like right before I became a Wick Lady, and this is still after Denzel. I didn't know, like, all the prayers that I prayed when I was a little girl, God was just now answering them. You know, like he was answering them before, but he was putting them together, and I didn't know. I just seen that struggle and turmoil and stuff. So
like, why aren't you answering my prayers?
Once I realized he was answering them, I was like, well, let me start asking for the let me start asking for the right thing. Yeah. So, you know, I was like, man, how could I do it? And like, I started building in my head, like, architecture, like, and I seen it, like, you know, just hold it, like, he was teaching me, like, if I hear him in my head, like, grab it right here, hold it this way, and go from in here and go up, like, you need to give them
structure,
So when he gave me wicks, he didn't give me wicks to make it go viral and y'all look good. He gave me wicks to teach everybody about life. So when I heard the message, it was wake them up. So everything about wigs is teaching you about life. From the texture, from the strength, from it standing up, from it dropping. Like, people just think wigs are a hairstyle, but no, wigs are a way of life. That's why I created Wick Appeal. You know, and the whole Wick Nation. I started the whole hashtag Wick Nation.
Really?
Yes, they been sending my shit, but y'all know who y'all is, but it's okay. I'm not.
But you know, imitation is the highest form of flattery. So,
yes, and it's not even just flattery. Like, I'm such a humble person. Like, I'm not for the flattery. You know, like, I'm not for that hype of, oh, you a celebrity, because people make you feel like you have to be on this pedestal.
And the standard you got to live up to.
I'm from Brooklyn. I will cuss you out, give you a hug, and slap you at the same time, okay? But it's all good, you know? So, but for me, it's just like, I always just try to bring that purity with the work and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know, I prayed on it, and he was just showing me, like, if I didn't know something, so many heads that I've done, I didn't know how I was going to do them. Right. And I'm sitting there like, Lord, I know I wanted this so bad, but please just teach me how to do this, you know? And
he answered.
Definitely.
And the rest is history.
History, y'all.
Is her story. Yes, the rest is her story.
Cheers to God. Okay, we're going to drink the wine for the Lord above. Okay. Thank you, Lord.
The blood of Jesus.
Yes. Thank you, Lord. Protect us. Yeah.
That's a it's dope though, because I remember when it just started. Well, I mean, people have been, you know, having their hair like that or whatever. But when I just started seeing it or whatever, and I started seeing you and stuff, and people were just trying to figure it out, and I seen people trying to mimic it, and it just wasn't.
Say it again, girl. Say it again. Y'all better tell the truth, shame the devil. Say it again.
And I'm like, how is she doing that? Like for real? And that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a threads, and I'm thinking like you thread it or the yarn, that shit like that.
Shout out to my girl Betty Boop. Okay, out of Fort Lauderdale. Anybody from Florida who had wicks before the Wick Lady, y'all know Betty Boop was the only one actually doing wicks. I'm always giving my girl love and recognition. Yeah, so she was threading and rubber banding as well. But like, so she wasn't the Wick Lady. You know, like she goes to school for nursing. She's a multi-business. You know, but she did hair. You know, and she did yak hair, Choo Choo, Lil Pootie, all of y'all favorite celebrities. The wicks that y'all love, she started them. So I'm always gonna give Betty her credit. You know, but she used to do it with thread and rubber bands. However, you know that's how everybody. Did
that's what I thought.
That's what we thought. You know, when we don't know. You know, so shout out to Betty for being the actual first Wick Lady in Florida. You feel me? I want to give that to her. You feel me? I would never take that from them and their culture and stuff like that. But the crochet method was just basically a way to help them, you know, because the thread and the rubber bands, it was helping, but it was destroying.
Breaking hair and shit.
And look, it's like the shackles that we wore. It's like the, you know, the chains and stuff.
Like, your hearing breathing.
Right. It was trying. Like we see us trying, but it was also breaking us. So like I said, when God gave me the vision and the mission to wake them up and break those chains,
for real,
breaking those curses. No thread, no rubber bands. That's how I got that slogan. No thread, no rubber bands. All natural, all healthy. You know? And that's what made people like, how's she doing that?
She's
magical. Thought I was Mary Poppins out there.
Real, making the hair stand up.
Listen, won't God do it? He would definitely do it though. So
have you ever had an experience with like you about to do somebody hair and you see like bugs or something crawling out their dress?
No, thank God. Now I've seen some nasty like build up in dirt. A lot of people used to think that putting ashes in their hair. Oh
yes, I know.
Oh my God.
A lot of Rastas. That's their thing.
Well, they used to see. So for me, it was a Rasta thing, and that's what I had to start learning. Like through all my clients, I had to learn.
Your hair, so it's not rubbing on the mic. Yeah.
I had to learn that it's just our culture that was watered down but re-embraced.
Yes.
You know, so a lot of the Americans that I was doing, they was putting cigarette ashes in their hair. And I was like, that's not what the Rasta man wanted you to do. You know, maybe the herb, you know, maybe some sage or something. Not putting tobacco. You know, but I get it. It was an urge to know who we were.
Right, yeah.
And that's what God showed me. Like, he told me, like, God speaks to me. I don't know. He speaks to all of us, but I listen very well.
Right.
So, you know, he was like, teach them, you know, teach them. And that was the basis, like, teach them what they're doing. You know, they're doing something in the right direction, but they don't know why.
They don't know,
It's in our DNA. It's in our subconscious.
Trust me.
You know, it's coming, the awakening. That's what it is. We waking up.
Even like, I had a conversation, another guy I had on my podcast, shout out to Jimmy Real. And you know, his mouth full of goals or whatever. And he was saying, he remember his great-grandfather was his grandfather, I think. His grandfather had goals, his dentures.
Yeah.
His dentures were gold teeth.
My mom had a little caps, the little tooth.
But I'm like, it's in our DNA, because when they dig up the mummies and all types of stuff, they got gold, copper, diamonds, all types of stuff in their teeth.
The richest man ever lived was King Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa.
So, you know, and that's what it was.
And he had gold and all types of stuff all over him. Like, so when you see a lot of these guys or females, you know, they're real flashy and stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, that's where it comes from.
So being from Brooklyn, you know, shout out to Biggie Smalls, man. Baby,
yes.
I do or die. Y'all already know. Just growing up, loving black men from where we come from. Like, I think the New York nature is different, and a lot of people don't understand that. We grew up chilling on the block. You know, every neighbor knew each other. Mommy from down the block, Poppy from the corner store.
And they say we rude, but I feel like we're rude, but we're loving.
We're passionate.
Yes.
You know? We protect what's next to us type stuff. You feel me?
Yes.
So that's just what that was. But when Biggie said, like, you know, stereotypes of the black male misunderstood.
Yes.
That's what I felt when I felt the wicks, you know, like, because when people see wicks, they think automatically a thug or this. So as I started doing it and learning the people, you feel me? But let me get to like, I started realizing, like, damn, these ain't just hoodlums. Like, they got to do what they got to do to survive in their environment.
And they're tapping into their
right. Maybe they have a better way of doing things for sure, but you're the product of your environment. And any godfather of psychology, anybody who want to speak on a theoretical perspective, because we can go there, you know. If you heard that, you know, our environment shapes who we are, so we can't fault them. But the urge to be better is always there for us, and this is why nowadays we're at that point where they can look at us as kings and queens.
Yep.
They can look at Wicks and not be like, ew, this dirty-headed nigga. They like, okay, this another strong black man.
Exactly. King, with his natural, in his natural element.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, you know, that is and still will be a part of who we are. Right. And, you know, when God gave me that vision, he showed me all of us with Wicks.
Ooh, thank him.
Yes. I felt like Martin Luther. I had a dream. I had a vision for sure. And no lie, if at that moment when I had that vision, I thought I was tripping. But now,
now you see.
Later, I'm like, there's Wicks everywhere.
Yes, it is.
Man, women, kids, Florida, New York, Atlanta, Missouri, Kansas, Seattle, Indianapolis. Like, I got people in Brazil, Germany writing me.
Wow.
Bahamas, like, we worldwide, you know, like,
so dope.
So Wicks was definitely something in Florida, but like, you know, God's plan, he wanted us everywhere. Right. So I love that. Babe, let me see the light.
So what do you feel about like weave and like the lace fronts and
y'all know how
that's taken over?
Honestly, like I used to do weave and stuff like that, so I get the urge. I feel like we as people, we too money hungry. Yeah. You know, like we money hungry, but don't realize there's money out there for all of us in our own ways, you know?
Oh my God.
And I feel like instead of really trying to be true to what you love and do what you love and have it prosper for you, you know, we try to beat around the bush. Like, I feel like weaving stuff like that, I get it for people's self-esteem, you know, people who lose their hair. Like, naturally, lace fronts were made for people who had cancer and alopecia to make them feel better, you know? Right. But I feel like now, for who I am today, God forbid if I was to go through something and lose my hair tomorrow, I would have to love me that way, you know? So,
and I feel like it's turned into like you're not a woman if you don't have a weave,
long hair.
Because I see a lot, and it's women saying this. I see a lot of women that be like, oh, you can't wear your natural hair to a wedding, or natural hair is not for everything, or not
natural insecurities.
And I'm like, how your natural hair, how it grow out your head, is not appropriate for an event? Like, make it make sense.
Listen, the girl who I was from Brooklyn, I'm a completely different person now. You know, so I stepped into a part of life where I could understand humanistic thoughts and behaviors. Right. And I thank God for sending me back to school just to put that in perspective. Good. Because you know, it's like we project what we lack on other people. So that's a hard thing not to do, you know, being passive aggressive or pointing your insecurities out on somebody else because you're not comfortable. And that's just where that stems from.
That's
we
how
can see that with the whole BBLs and the removing and the going back. It's just an insecurity thing. And for me, this is why I just thank God the most for blessing me to bless kings first, you know, because when it comes to women, it's always going to be an up battle. It's always going to be that men, they're not going to fight with a woman naturally. We're able to coexist and understand.
But you know what? Let me touch on that. I feel like naturally, a man is not going to fight with a woman. But I don't know why. I feel like when a man is in a relationship with a woman, that's where the fight comes in. And the competition. Because most of that
competition happens because we as women, we're strong.
Yeah.
And I'm a woman. I don't care who don't like it. Y'all can leave it in the comments later. Y'all know Wick Lady. I'm don't give me a damn.
Okay.
I get blocked to cuss your ass out. But in reality, as women, we do take advantage, you know?
Yeah.
And we don't stay in our place. Yes, I can do what you do. Yes, I can do all of that. But if I do that, that's what makes me feel like more aggressive towards you. You know, like I feel like women don't know how to just relax and let a man be a man. Even though I can do it, and even though I want you to do it a certain way, that's not allowing him to be a man and do his thing. So we steal that from that. Yeah. You know, and
you know, that was my issue because that was my issue with my baby's father, even though he a fuck nigga still. But that was my issue.
Mine too.
No, yes. Oh, big fuck no man.
Yeah, that's a whole other
oh my gosh. But
I can't even say that. Let me take that back.
No, I can say
because we're human and everybody goes through
Oh
something.
no, he a fuck nigga. Well, he's a true
I don't like to judge nobody.
Nigga.
I don't like to judge nobody.
Let me tell you
too. I can say that all day.
I can give you some stories and you be like, oh yeah, he a fuck nigga.
Yeah, trust me. I know. I know. But
for real,
honestly, like it's a lot of fuck niggas and fuck bitches.
Oh hell yeah,
deadbeat moms, deadbeat dads. So you know, people are going through their own tests and testimonies and journeys. So I try not to.
But that's my other thing that I was gonna say too is I don't like when people use that as an excuse for their shitty behavior.
Right.
Where they're like, oh, I've been through some shit, or my mom died when I was young. You know what I'm saying? And then they treat people real fucked up and be like, well, I had a fucked up life, so I'm going to treat. I hate that.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yes.
These hands work. I love to love, but I ain't gonna lie. God sent angels down to fight demons, and I feel like we are fighting a spiritual battle that people don't really look at. We still live in a physical form, but if we see people for the spirit that they are, we'll learn how to coexist better.
Yeah, a little bit
because
better.
we'll remove that. You know, that discernment will be there. But
and I'm a big empath. Yeah, I am a big empath. So when I say I take on people's emotions and feelings,
and stuff,
oh my God, yes. And it's like, that's why I, like we were talking earlier, you stay by yourself, and I'm like, I'm the same way, because people drain my energy. People drain my energy, because when they come around, it's like I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, I feel like sometimes people take advantage because they know that I'm gonna understand. You know? So then they're just like, all right, well, these other people, I'll hang out with them and have fun and we'll party and shit. But when I'm at my lowest, let me holler at T True, because I know she gon'. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Succubus,
and I hate that. Succubus.
But you know what? Honestly, I hate that too. I don't hate nothing. I just like that too. But it all teaches us. I had to learn how to take the negative and see the positive out of it. Anybody that knows me, I'm super caring. Sometimes they say I'm too forgiving, I'm too nice. Too. But that's who God made me. You feel me? So for me personally, like, I always try to see every aspect of every situation, and also always try to put myself in somebody's shoes. And I remember when I used to fight my demons, and I remember how hard it was to, say no to those thoughts that I had. So I'm a little bit more.
But my thing is, when I was fighting my demons, still going through stuff. But whenever I'm going through my stuff, I don't ever put it on anybody.
Yeah.
Or I don't ever just come off and have this whole attitude and my whole day is fucked up, so your day is going to be fucked up.
Though, you're a blessing. You're a chosen one. Not a lot of people have that ability.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Because let me tell you, you know how many times I've gone out and complete strangers have stopped me and they're just like, your aura is beautiful.
Yeah.
Complete strangers. And I'm just like, man, it's something. It's something for real.
No, it is.
But somebody to just...
We all have that, you're living in your purpose, so you're glowing,
Yeah.
Once you start living in your purpose, you glow so hard, you know.
You're right. You're right. And then the hate comes because, like you
because
said,
you're glowing. The darkness don't want to see.
Yes, and then the insecurities of others. They're like, damn, why she made it and I didn't?
Trust me, I should know. Okay, I get that all the time from family, from friends, from loved ones. But it's a part of your journey, though. It teaches you. You know, it shows you never to be comfortable. Always expect the unexpected. Like, just when you think shit can't go wrong, boom, some shit can happen. And it makes you stronger. You must be praying for strength, like I was.
Oh my God!
Every time I pray for strength, he put me in a situation.
I'm telling you, to make you have to be strong. I'm just like, man, let me tell you. I'm gonna just touch on that. Mm-hmm. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing about him, but I'm just saying about that fuck nigga. All right. I was with him for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And you went to school. I was waiting on my hit it, pass and take a puff.
That part, we call it a traveler's fee. Okay, and you hit that real quick. I felt that. Right.
I felt it. But okay.
You want? I run that water. Okay. Okay. Teleport. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Taylor Black. Right.
But
sponsored, okay?
Oh yeah, that shit fire.
Yeah. Shout out to that. Woo! Okay.
And as soon as I took that puff, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there was a situation. I was with him for over 10 years, and it was a situation where we got a car. My license was revoked at the time, so we got a car. I paid the down payment. I made the payments and everything, but he put it in his name because my license was revoked. So anyways, time goes on.
Short,
I paid off the car. He took the car because I broke up with him.
Yeah, he got a car.
And he had a car. He had a car. He gave up his car willingly and took my car because it was paid off. I paid it off.
He still got the car?
He still got the car. And this about a year. It's about a year now.
You got a car?
No, I ain't got no car.
Oh man.
No, because the thing about with me, I could go buy a car cash right now.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it's like, why would I spend all that money to buy a car or I really don't go nowhere. I work from home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My kids, their school is right down the street. Take us 2 minutes to walk to school.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
So I'm good right now. Okay. When I'm ready to get a car, I'm gonna go get a car.
Okay. So how do you feel since he's left though?
I'm glad.
Okay.
He was like a.
So listen, he was like, well, I'm gonna let you finish.
Like a succubus.
Okay.
I'm talking about miserable. Like, I don't know where it came from. When I first met him, he wasn't like that. Yeah. But then, like, throughout the relationship, he just turned into this miserable, let me tell you slamming doors, stomping around mad all the time. Like,
listen, and I love that. And I love hearing that because God had to get you to play that card just so he could go.
Probably. You know what? You're fucking right.
Listen, and this is how I realized things work in life. God knew he was going to be a nuisance for you. He knew the problems you were going through. You know?
Probably fucking right.
And had the card not been paid off, he would be still stuck in your life. So he had to pay the card to get him out so you could live a better life. You realize you don't even need the card. You don't need because you got everything you needed. You needed to get rid of him, and that's all you needed to do. You know, you didn't have to give him no more of your years. You didn't have to give him no more of your happiness. All you had to do was give him the car, and he drove his ass right out your life. You know, so that's how. And not even just
out my life, he in another state.
That's how I see life, though. You know, so that's why when I say don't give him that energy, God did that for you. You understand? Sometimes the things that we see as bad and we can't see that. We gotta see that God did this for a reason. But you gotta want to see that reason. Yeah. And when you just like open up that third eye, because now I'm thinking of it like that. Listen, like, you know what? That's right. I'm Haitian, y'all. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I hated being Haitian growing up because of all the stereotypes.
Yeah, back in the day and shit.
But in life, we're all spiritual.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Oh, okay.
We're all spiritual. Jamaicans, Haitians, Dominicans, Cubans, Africans.
But you know what I feel? I feel like Caribbean people are more spiritual. I feel like Americans really don't have no culture.
Because they desensitized them. That's what it's called. They removed it. Every generation who came to America tried to be a healer, because that's what I had to realize I am. I'm a healer. I heal people. I heal them through their hair. I heal them through conversation. I open them, and they heal me as well. I'm an empath. I learn from people as well as they learn from me. Yeah. So that's why, you know, I understand my true purpose now. But until you understand that life can be hard, you don't see that.
And I feel like that's a lot of people. They don't know themselves
because they ignore that voice. Let me tell you something. A lot of people pray to God. Oh, God help me. God help me. And God helps.
But then when they get the vision or whatever, they don't see it.
That the help came from God. Oh, I'm just lucky right now. However, they ask again, God is going to make you keep going through worse shit. Until you realize that your help is coming from me. Okay? Right. Understand where your help comes from. And now listen to me. Yeah. You know, and once you listen, now he tests you again. He gives you that opportunity. Because we got free will. Yep. I'm going to help you. And I'm going to let you go back outside and do it. Yep. But if you do it again, now that's what I see. Yeah. You don't learn. You're not listening. So he's going to make you listen. So if you don't listen to the situations you go through, if you don't listen to the voice in your head that sounds like you, because when I hear God, he don't sound like, it sounds like me telling myself, you know, you can do this out of
your subconscious.
My little Jiminy Cricket, like I call it. Y'all ain't watch Pinocchio? Go back and watch it as an adult. You will understand. I have a conscience. Yes. Some people don't possess that. And that's why I tell people, some people are demons in this world, you know? When you lose faith in God, you a vessel, so the negativity is running through you. You black out. You don't know what happens because you are being possessed by entities. But that's a whole nother podcast we'll talk about later. Okay, let those who have ears hear and let those who know. Okay, anyway, so, you know, long story short, you got to hear your own voice. Yeah. If you want God to open up the sky and say, do this, my child, you'll never get that.
You'll never get
How could you hear the voice of God if you don't even listen to your own voice? Right. You know, first rule, love yourself before you can love me. How could you love me if you can't love yourself? Right. And that's just all it is. People need self-love.
And I feel like that's the issue. Yeah. Like, people don't, and so much as loving their self, but just know yourself. Like how you say, you know your purpose, and you know what I'm saying?
But I used to deny myself. It took me to go to college, and it's crazy because I was doing hair my whole life. Yeah. Like by the time I was 13, I was actually working in professional salons.
And you just looking at it like, this my hobby.
As a hobby, like something to do to pass the time. I didn't have no real bills. I was working at a 5-star salon downtown Brooklyn. Shout out to Skills, Reggie Dumornay.
They still there?
They're not there no more. They done bought them out. You know, the Barclays Center, right across from the Barclays Center. But they've been there for years. They done did all types of celebrity stuff. I started working there through a program from school because I used to fight. You know, I was a bully's bully in school. Like,
that was me.
I don't like people being mean to people.
Either.
I'm a loving person, so if anybody says that I'm not, it's just like,
even now to this day, I hate that mean girl, that energy. I hate that.
I'm stand on business about the Wick Nation every day. Okay, I don't care what y'all say. No thread, no rubber bands, no weave, no gel, no spritz. And anybody that's using it, they ain't glitter me. That's it. Okay, y'all heard it. You know, like that's just it.
For real.
Come see me. That's it. Like, I don't know. But anyway, like, we gonna stand on business. For real. Like, we gotta be real. Like, you know, for me, it's like, I'd rather you be real with people and give them the opportunity, you know, instead of misleading them. There's a lot of misleading going on in the world.
So let's talk about that. Like, what about, like, cheating? What do you feel about cheating and relationships, polyamory, all of that? Let's talk about that.
So I feel like in a relationship, the day you meet a person, you know exactly what that person is for you.
That's how I feel too.
You got that energy, you got that spirit. Yeah. That's your test to see if, all right, this nigga's, he look like a, you know, like I see him sliding phone, but he look good and I'm good right now. So I'm gonna play with it. You join the game, so play it.
Yeah,
it's all a game, you know. And whether you meet a person who's in a process of changing, or if you're in the process of changing, y'all change and grow together. But if the shit don't work out, you already knew it wasn't gonna work out. So that's just it. Like polygamy, I definitely understand that. Like I'm for the original version of polygamy. Like,
so what's the original version?
So I feel like for every one man there is two women. Like the Bible said, there's way more women born than men every day. Like honestly, and I feel like in other countries, they knew that their job was to repopulate. You know, the women didn't see each other as competitions. You are my sister. We are together.
We're gonna work together.
We are building a tribe because our tribe needs to be strong. It's not about you looking better than this. Men gonna fuck a ugly bitch, a fat bitch, a pretty bad bitch.
Please say it
Every
again.
bitch gets cheated on, okay? Beyonce got cheated on, okay, bitch?
Halle Berry, you know, that's when I
realized. Beyonce, like,
back in the day before Beyonce.
Man, though. You know why? Because it's not about you and me. It's about what we leave for our children, the legacy that we are
and you know what? I feel like shit, like you said back in the day in different countries and stuff like that.
Too much
over here is the men are embarrassing.
Well, yeah, because, you know, through colonization and stuff, they didn't want us to repopulate. You got to understand, living in America is different. We're talking about how we feel in America. In other countries, they don't feel this way. In other countries, they do what, you know, it's us who have been brainwashed.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like in other places, it's okay, it's known. All right, this is my wife, or whatever it might be. I feel like here, the men are embarrassing. They'll like completely be saying one thing to this one chick and then be saying, even if they know about each other.
Why is that though? You know, we can't totally just put it on the man. It's the woman too. Because you listen, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I've been through it. Okay.
Right.
However, like I said, you knew from the beginning this wasn't gonna work. We have women's intuition. We are the dominant gene.
All right. So what about the situations where you just meeting a guy and he's perfect? I mean, you know, nobody's perfect, but you know, everything is like,
I'm glad you said that. Nobody's perfect.
Right, nobody's perfect.
You felt something at that moment.
He never gave you no sliding no phone or putting no phone cover down. He was an open book.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Said, everything but that then ain't gold.
Right.
Something ain't right.
So then 2 years into the relationship now. All right, let's do what let's say.
Okay.
Let's do what let's say.
Yeah. Because I felt that. Because there's situations where people, you know, I thought, and then you had a whole life or some shit on the side. You ain't shit.
Let's say. So let's say you meet a guy. 2 years in. You know, y'all wanted to take y'all time or whatever. So 2 years in, y'all finally like, all right, we gonna official. We cutting everybody off. It's just me and you.
Yeah.
And he say to you, all right, I want to be completely honest. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we're being official now. He got a son. And he tells you that his son is also his brother because his mom was raping him and his mom is the baby mama.
That's crazy.
Would you still mess with him? Would you work through that? Would that be okay?
Well, is he still fucking the mama?
We don't know.
Listen, so
we don't know.
Okay,
but so that's a thought now.
It is a thought, but these are the questions that you gotta ask. You know,
so he gonna be like, no, it happened one time.
Well, then that's different. It is a lot. It would have to be a lot of stipulations. Like, are y'all co-parenting? Like, do you still see your mom? Like, that's a crazy situation.
Like, what does the boy call your mom?
That is just crazy. Your mom should have been in jail a long time ago. First of all, like I don't even. That's crazy. Like,
but you see, like you thought he was Mr. Perfect, and then boom,
he hit you with this. Say that he's not perfect just because.
Well, you're right. He's not perfect, but
he's not perfect for you.
But that's like
it depends on. You can't judge with somebody for what they've been through.
Right,
you can
right.
Judge about how they treat you and what they're doing to you. So if we've been open since the beginning, you feel me? But that's something that you didn't tell me. So for me, that's kind of like, damn, why'd you wait so long to tell me? That's a red flag.
Well, right. Well, he felt weird. Like, yeah, that's not something that people take in.
How long have we been dealing with each other before we decided to make it serious? That matters
2
as
years.
Well. So shit, after 2 years, you felt like you couldn't tell me that? You were withholding something from me that's important.
So that's what I'm saying. Would you still be
if you ever deal with somebody for 2 years, you better know they mama, they child, cousin, whoever. Like, 2 years? Nah. By the time we hit like 6 months, I need to know first, last name. Like, like shit get deep. Like, so for me personally, like in 2 years, you ain't tell me no shit like that. It's a wrap. Cut that.
Because now I'm gonna start thinking, what else are you not telling me?
That's it. Nah, fuck that. If that was the first thing you told me after 2 years, oh, you're bugging. That shit must have been eating you on the inside.
Your son is your brother?
And it's fucked up that it happened, but like,
right.
You should have told me that. Yeah. If it wasn't something that's continuously happened, you would have tried to tell me, because that's something traumatic.
That is,
especially if you deal with somebody for 2 years. In 2 years, you're gonna share intimacy with somebody. For something to sustain 2 years, unless it's just a booty call, you feel me? Then okay, maybe. All right, maybe it's possible, like, because if she fucking with other people and he fucking with other people, but they see each other sporadically through 2 years, but don't get that deep, then okay, that's possible.
No,
you feel
2
me?
years, and
but then you'll be stupid because you fall in love with a fling. How could you fall in love with somebody you don't know? So the circumstances matter.
That's one of those situations where you're like, what you're getting into.
But you gotta know what you're getting into, and that's the whole thing. So, like I said, if you were with that person for 2 years straight, but y'all decided not to take it serious, and he didn't tell you, that's fucked up. But if y'all was just flinging around and y'all seen each other probably 2-3 times or whatever, then that's a difference.
Yeah, that's really that's like on some like the transgender thing crazy. Where they don't tell people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
I feel
crazy.
like that's something that should
honestly,
be said.
It's
like
definitely
upfront.
Like the best policy,
And then even with
that is the hardest thing for people to be, though.
I feel like if you're so in your truth and that's what you want to do, and why wouldn't you be forthcoming with that?
See, but a lot of the times, like, I can't speak for all, but some people they've been through things, so trauma makes people conceal, and self-healing is the hardest thing for us to do because we are our worst critics. You could be the best person in the world, but in your mind, you could tell yourself you ain't shit. Yeah. And you could be,
everybody telling you, oh my God, you're such a dope person.
Right. And I tell people because you lose their love for God. And I'm always going to bring God up into it. Living a life without God is an emptiness. You don't have no purpose. You don't feel that. There's a part of you that wants it because he's always going to be there. But if you don't feed into it and fight those thoughts and those urges, then that's what it is. Some people just say that that's how they feel. So I can't speak on everybody, because some people feel like they were born certain ways. And I was just talking to my boyfriend about that. I'm a true spiritualist. I believe in reincarnation. How about if some of these people were women in their past life and God sent them back to be a man because maybe you were a woman who did bad to a man and now you gotta live that life, man, but as a so I don't judge nobody. Like I like women, so I can't be against anybody. But it's just natural urges of the human body, of the flesh. The flesh is weak. You feel me?
Do you think there's something? I mean, we're not downing anybody. We're just speaking our opinions. Do you think that sometimes with these people, besides from them their past life might have been that? Do you believe that it's something mentally?
Well, yeah, I study psychology. So psychology say like chemical imbalances in the brains that make them feel like, or if the mother suffered trauma as they were pregnant, too much hormones or stuff like that, that can happen. But me, I'm more just a spiritualist. You know, before anything, I'm a believe in that God made everybody equally, and you know, in His image, nonetheless. You feel me? So I can't say because somebody likes this, they don't love God. That's not true. You got people who are seem normal, you know, millionaires, sit up high, and they be serial killers, weirdos, and do all types of stuff. You got people who you would never imagine. So, you know, so I can't judge. I truly understand, and thou shalt not judge. We all have an opinion, but our opinion should be kept to ourselves unless they're, you know, positive and understanding towards you. You understand? Because I've been through shit in life. I've been homeless. I've been, you know, 16 and pregnant. I've been in situations, you feel me? So I understand how people can misjudge what I'm going through. Like, how you gonna tell me what I'm going through and make this stipulate? I was a crackhead apparently at one point in time, not taking care of my daughter and all of that. Crazy. Like I done heard stories and I'm like, well, look at the crackhead now, you know? So I've always kept faith knowing that God was doing something for me in my life, you feel me? So I'm not here to preach to nobody, but find a higher purpose, you know, like this,
whatever it is,
you know, believe in the good, believe in the positive, believe in the life.
And I just had a conversation with my boyfriend, shout out to him. He's in prison. But we be having like these deep conversations and shit like that or whatever. And we were talking about that and we were saying how it's just so crazy how like religion because spirituality is a different thing, but like religion is such like a bond, and it's like if we're all seeking the same thing, if we're all seeking the right thing, and you know, like common sense.
So my college professor, he said that we had to do an exam, and he wrote a book about Solomon's temple, you know, about his journey of being big and going back small, and you know, and he told me the quote one day: "Seek to understand before you can be understood." You know, and that hit me so hard. And I was like, "How could I try to get people to understand me if I don't understand myself?" You know, I didn't really appreciate who I was and my heritage and my background until I got to college. You know, when I got into college, started studying psychology. And the things that they were saying and stipulating about Haitian people and Haitian culture and how it was a mental problem or, you know, like things like that. And I'm like, damn, you trying to say the whole country is crazy? You know, so little things like that started getting me to know, like, let me go ask my mom about who we are. And
hold on, so this is what they were teaching in college?
Yeah, in the DSM-4, Haitian voodoo, because, you know, they do voodoo practices and stuff like that. And, you know, they talk about it being a mental illness or, you know, it's just a mental thing. They don't believe in the sight. You understand? And I actually was reading a book the other day about the ancient secrets of learnings of life. And they talk about the whole actual learnings of what they teach us and what about like the Masons and their true knowings about the mystics and the powers and stuff like, because every country has it, you know. Spanish people have Santeria, Jamaicans got Obia, Chinese people got Buddha and all the
white people got black magic.
Exactly, you know, so it's everywhere. But for the Haitians, it was stipulated as the worst,
something evil,
because God blessed us. So shout out to a higher artist. She's my sister. She made grills. Follow her on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah. She's a Hebrew Israelite. But she posted a post one day about the 12 tribes of Judah, and God blessed me with great picture memory. So I remember seeing it. Like, I'm big on numbers. Like, I got numbers everywhere. I believe in the universe communicates through numbers. Math is one of the most important things. Like, a whole nother episode for that. But long story short,
we're definitely gonna have to do this again.
Yeah, somebody was talking to me, and they sent me a video about a guy. It was a white guy on TikTok, and he was talking about, I'm tired of people talking about spiritual numbers and angel numbers, and y'all think God was over there like, yeah, 333 means this is gonna happen, and da 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 da. And I'm listening to it, and it was like at that moment, crazy enough, as strong as I felt like I was in what I knew, I questioned it.
Yeah,
like, do we be bugging? Are we making something out of nothing?
Nope.
So I sat there, and like I said, me and the Most High, I built the covenant between inside of me and God, because that's where your covenant is. People go to church and all that, but God is within you. And so, you know, and he came and he was like, I know you're not about to listen to that. And I was like, but Lord, he said da 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 da. And God was like, honey, what you mean? You gonna let him tell you about the numbers that I don't love, you forgot there's a whole book of numbers. So I'm like, oh shoot, because I ain't gonna lie, I've never read the whole Bible. Okay, I don't have that much time, and them letters is little. The page thin is,
and like, there's so many books if you really want to read that. But for me,
I'm a spiritualist. I've always believed in my intuition. Like I said, I'm an empath, so when something's in my spirit, I go. So when he told me to go to the book of Numbers, I start to read. So now I'm reading about the book of Numbers, and I'm reading the story about, the tribes and how they had children, and, and I'm hearing names like Judas and the Levites. And I keep reading about Levites, and I'm hearing the position of the Levites. Like God blessed the Levites to be in charge of his temples. They were the priests and the priestess and stuff like that. And I kept seeing that word, and I'm like, I've seen that word before. Like, what is a Levite? So I go to a higher artist page, and I'm scrolling through her page because I'm like, he showed me her. He showed me her because I can't remember where I saw it, and I seen her face. Yeah, and like I'm a daydreamer. That's what they call it. Like I could see with my eyes open or whatever they call it. I don't know. Thank you, Lord, for the blessings. But I see her. And I seen that she had posted. It was a post, and it said the 12 tribes of Judah. And through every tribe, she posted which country it was, Jamaica. And at the type, the Levites were the Haitians. So now I go back and reread it. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay. So this is how we get that stipulation of we have power and we have magic. You gave it to us. Yes. You blessed us with it. Yeah. But we used it in the wrong way, and you punished us for it. So we are going through our punishment still, those curses. So that's why growing up, you didn't want to be Haitian, and Haitians was bad because they supposedly, but Haitians use that to win the war. But look at it now. Papa Ogun. That's what, so the energy, you got to know the history. But for me, I didn't know that because growing up Haitian American, it was like, I'd rather just be American because. No, they used to say they're cats. They used to be like, all the Haitians, when I was in school, I'm evil as shit. Like, they said they were Bahamian. Listen, that's what they used to Jamaican. Say. They said it was Bahamian. Bahamian and Jamaican, okay? In New York, you was Jamaican. And it was like, you would know. You'd be like, you are not Bahamian. I would tell people I was Haitian. When I had to do, I remember that project in kindergarten when we had to put it, and I was like, I'm from Haiti because I went home and I said, Mommy, where I'm from? I'm from Haiti. Girl, I heard all types of Haitian body odors and this and that. Man, but let me tell you, like a true Haitian, everybody want to be Haitian now. To fight, okay? So don't talk about me. What? Zucker, hold this, call my mama. You ain't about to do me. So at the end of the day, I'm proud of who I am. But it took me time to really be proud of who I am and to really understand it. And I had to understand when it comes to that sensitive subject about spirituality. That's why religion is there to block that. They don't want you to know that everybody like this has power within them. They don't want to. Do you think they know if you tap into yourself and you could conquer the world? But that's why I say I feel like it's like this is like the Great Awakening because I feel like people are starting to. But I respect. Shout out to everybody in New Orleans though. New Orleans is the only capital of people that actually practice all of that out loud. And it's normal. You feel me? They the only ones, and the Geechees in South Carolina. You feel me? They kept that heritage. They kept because when they came here, that's what they was doing. Practicing roots and herbs and stuff like that. You feel me? Like. People don't understand. Seek to understand before you can be understood. And a lot of people talk on things that they really just don't know. Right, about. And they just hear. And that's why I say they just turn like voodoo, opiate, all that. They turn into something evil. And it's a way of life. But this is the problem about it. Growing up, for me, we couldn't speak on certain things. Certain things were supposed to be sacred. You're supposed to not step into that because you don't possess enough knowledge to maintain that. Knowledge is power. So using that knowledge in the wrong way, you feel me, it's not good. You feel me? So, but throughout time, like I said, that desensitization of Black people and their culture throughout history, your great-great-great-grands used to do it. The slave owners used to be them. So they stopped doing it. I feel like that's where it comes from, though. When it's certain things that you can't talk about. Yeah, that's how you start to lose it because certain things. Oh, don't say this or don't ask this. So then you just completely forget about it. But and you got a lot of people out there that are using it like in a fake way though. Like you got fake prophets, fake mystical people. Y'all just letting everybody touch y'all and pray over y'all. That's how I feel about them waist beads. Man. That's how I feel about these waist beads. A lot of people's energies aren't right. They're just wearing them. Oh, it's fashion. Like a lot of things that people do. Symbolic, numbers, it's signs, like, man, tattoos. Y'all just don't know. And then, but like you said, if do you think it still affects them the same way, or do they have the same consequence if they're ignorant to it, if they really don't know? Listen, let me tell you, I tell everybody this. A baby knows right from wrong. By the time a child is born, if the child don't like you, it will cry. If it loves you, it will smile.
You're right.
By the time a child is 5, their brain is equivalent to an adult, and they can contain the capacity of way more than we can because their body is still fresh. So everybody knows right from wrong. You get that feeling. Your stomach turns. Okay, the way God constructed us, because He made us in His image. So our body works to tell us when something's wrong. Our hair, when you're sick, it falls out. When you're old, it turns gray. When you're healthy, it looks healthy. When you're sick, your shit be broken up. People tell me all the time, like, I tell people, like, I'm not going to brag about my work. I'll let you be the judge, but I'm going to show you how I work. When my clients come or people I don't know, I touch their hair and I'll start telling them about their life. And I'll be like, I can tell you the type of person that you are.
That's crazy.
And they be like, damn, Wick Lady, you know something. And I'll let them know, like, if something's wrong with them, I'll let them know.
Wow.
It just comes to me because I can feel it. My energy is connected with yours. Me? Like,
because, I mean, your hair, like we were saying, your hair is
it's your journey.
Yeah. So if you're constantly touching people's hair.
But, like, for me, your hair is a part of your thought process. Every day you think of a million thoughts.
Question.
You grow millions of strands of hair every day. You feel me? The more you allow your hair to nurture itself, the more you're free naturally. Your hair shows you that.
That's why I feel like a lot of times when, I mean, guys too, but you might see women, when they're going through something, they cut their hair.
Men too, though.
Yeah, that's what I said, men too, but a lot of women. You notice it when they're going through something.
Crazy? Women do it out loud, but men go through it. When I became the Wick Lady, I had to realize, like, shout out to my kings. I love my kings, y'all. Like, and I know a lot of y'all females out there, I get messages, Wick Lady, damn it, you got them babies in your chair, or I want to do these people because they famous. Like, to be able to be a part of Black men's life and to be somebody that
they want to do somebody here because they famous.
But girl, that's a whole nother episode. But for me, it's like, when they come, being that I am an empath, I feel their pain. You know, a lot of these Black men don't have real love. They don't have real nourishment.
Listen.
How do we expect Black men to love us if they're not being loved properly? How do we expect Black men to love us if they wasn't raised in a loving home? How do we expect that? You know, like, yes, it's going to be hard. If you find somebody that you feel that you truly love and you want to be with that person, you accept that. You have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And if you can't deal with it, release it. Don't play with it. Don't make the matters worse. You feel me? Like, I can say that as a woman, I've seen women play with men. I've seen women dog men out. And when you get a bad
especially
man,
when they find a man that they know is
but
good-hearted.
You had a good man before that, and it's just karma that continues to come and get us. You feel me? And it sucks, but because we are the dominant, you know, female, we are. But that's the burden that God gave us because we can bring life. We have intuition. We have all that. We have all of this. We smart men.
Right.
No offense to the men. We love y'all.
But it's true. You know? That's why they need us.
But that's why
I don't understand this battle right now that's going on. This men.
What they say?
But you know what I saw and I heard and I believe it. I've never seen the white culture do this man versus woman thing where 50-50
they do.
I don't need you. I really see
I ain't gonna lie. Them white men be whooping their women's ass.
I mean, but Black people do too.
Listen, they do, but for me, I feel like it's like they pay 100% of the bills. Honey, you can't say shit, okay? You got some of them that spoil, but a lot of the times, let's not get it twisted. Like they said, most people who are homeless and on Section 8 be white people. Like, they put us in the category where we're down and low, but they love our culture. They love, we can turn nothing into something, okay?
Greens but and I rice. Feel like that's why I like greens and rice.
Into an abundance. Listen, I see my mama turn coconuts into milk, rice, candy, shampoo, soap. Okay, my mother was a herbalist. My mother could hear. We ain't never had to go to the hospital. Okay, she was a nurse and a natural herbalist and a woman of life. I love my mama. I miss her so much, and I know she's still here. Yes. Yeah. Okay, but like, this is where we come from. Like, a lot of people don't have that cultural background.
But that's why I said I was gonna say I feel like Black men, a lot of them date white women sometimes. Because they are more submissive. And I feel like Black women are going to speak up. And sometimes they can't handle that. Like, they can't handle
they go through with them.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, why not just ride with a sister? She stayed with you. She collected all your money. Then she said that you whooped her ass. Now you got to lose the kids, lose everything.
Oh, my God. You know the funniest thing? That soccer player.
That's one thing. Black women don't do that. I'm sorry. I can say that.
If
we want to weigh the statistics, a Black woman would rather struggle with her man than send him to jail, okay? Because we know what they've been through.
And that's why I feel like it's so fucked up when they do us dirty, because it's like, come on, like, like, I'm going to ride with you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why?
we can't fault them, but at the same time, we spoil them.
Yeah.
We spoil our men because we love to love. No, a lot of us. Listen, you can be a strong woman. A strong, as soon as you let that guard down, that's what it is. And a grown woman once told me, baby, a man is like a dog, okay? Once you give him that bone, he's not running no more. Yeah. You got to keep him on the chase. If you allow your man to become this comfortable person, that's not a man's position. You got to make sure he stay on his toes. That don't mean abuse the hell out of him, but allow him to go and work and make that money. Let him be a man. But when he come home, make sure the house is clean and he's relaxing. Yes, the house will be okay, but no, like y'all allow them to do dumb shit and then get mad at it.
Listen, a guy told me this. He said, and this was a long time ago. I think this was probably like high school sometime. He was like, for men chase a woman, chase her till he get her, and then the chase is over. You got her.
No thrill.
But then for a woman would see a guy, do whatever it takes to get him, and then she gonna do whatever it takes to keep him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's so fucking true. Because it's like when guys, once he got the girl that he want, he get comfortable.
You wanna know why? Because women, like they say, we come from men, so naturally we yearn. We are their rib. We want to go back under them.
Yes. We want to cuddle. Oh my gosh! Let me tell you.
When do women cuddle? They cuddle right.
Let me tell you. They cuddle right. I grew up in a household like my household was not affectionate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I am like the most affectionate person when it comes to like my kids and my man. Let me tell you, and I'm just like, yo, you wouldn't understand that how much I crave to like. Yo, I'm gonna be in his shirt. I want to be in his skin. If I could go in his pocket, kind of like a little for real. And it's just like,
you heard that, babe?
So when she up under you,
he be the same way.
And that's a good thing to find your match. Yeah. Like you have to find your person that meets your match, because you can't be that person and your dude like, damn, get off of me. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
I'm still under you. And I'm still
damn right. You. Fuck you, me. You better hug me.
Fuck out of here, nigga. You gonna love me through this, nigga. Hit you with these hands real quick.
For real.
Look at him. Listen, this my soulmate.
Yes, man.
Oh my God, it's like that.
Life.
Nah, for real. Life be life. Life be life.
And it's just so hard now. Like I said, I feel like it's just such a battle between like men and women. Like I don't know what it's gonna take for them to just everybody just understand. Like,
so listen, I feel like women don't understand what it means to be submissive. I think when they hear the word submissive, they think I gotta
bow down.
No,
that's what they think.
Submissive is understanding what your man needs and submit to that. Yes. You understand? So if your man needs sturdy love, but he needs love, don't be a bitch to him. Be a bitch, but still love him. You know, give him tough love. Like I think women just really underestimate certain things, like the whole demure. Y'all been using the damn word wrong this whole time. So, demure. Yeah, half of y'all ain't demure. 90% far from demure.
I don't think I've seen a demure one yet.
Ain't nothing classy or mild about nothing that's going on, you know, and that's what it is.
That's why Sexy Red said it best. She said, I am not demure, bitch.
Listen, shout out to my birthday twin, okay, Sexy Red, because she keeps it real, and that's why people fuck with her. You understand?
Listen.
When you keep it real, that's just what it is. But she doesn't force nobody to do anything that she does.
Nothing.
So nobody can't blame that. If what you're listening to controls you, then that means there's a part of you that you need to conquer. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like me, I can't listen to shout out to all these. I fuck with y'all. I'm not saying I can't listen to it. But when I listen to it, I be ready to go outside and shoot everybody.
Yes.
Okay, Boosie, NBA Youngboy, Kevin Gates, all y'all know NBA. I be like, yeah, nigga, what? Like I'm outside. You feel me? Like real.
Listen, let me tell you, I know a lot of guys that they do their thing, and they be like, usually before they go do something, that's the type of music they listen to.
Music is so influential.
You get the mic, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta know that music and sound vibration is influential.
Bruh.
It's all vibration. It's all
when
energy.
I'm going through something.
That's why I got all these crystals everywhere.
Let me tell you, y'all. When I walked in, it was the sage and the what's the other one called?
Palo Santo.
The Palo Santo burning.
Energy, okay.
But let me tell you, when I'm going through something, like I'm going through my little depression or whatever. Mm-hmm. Listen, I can't listen to no slow R&B.
I'm talking to God. It's straight God.
No. I can't listen to none of that.
No,
I gotta listen to that thug shit.
No.
I gotta listen to that thug shit because it'll like get me in that mood. Like, man, fuck that. What's wrong with you? Like, tighten up.
if you listen to gospel, it'll get you there too.
I can't listen to gospel.
It'll get you there in a positive way. You gotta release. Crying is releasing.
No, I cry.
No, you gotta release.
But I can't listen to gospel because
God sees everything.
All right, when I listen to music,
you like, look, she upset.
No.
So instead of coming to me, she going to Kevin Gates.
No,
I
like you said, music influences you, music moves you, the frequencies and all of that. When I'm listening to some thug shit, I believe it. And I'm like, believing.
See what I'm saying?
But when I'm listening to that
you
gospel shit,
somebody.
No. It just make me, like, But when I'm listening to gospel, it's like I can't believe it because I be feeling like half of these people singing this shit be like hypocrites.
No,
like I don't be believing that they be living the life that they be singing or preaching about. So I can't listen to that shit. Come be listening to that bitch don't feel like that for real.
And that's you being judgmental. Half these rappers talk about smoking, drinking,
and they don't live like that.
They don't fucking do it. At the end of the day, God works through everybody. We are all human. I am not perfect. I could probably do some sinful shit tomorrow. But I fight against those urges. I listen to gospel because it speaks about those people who went through things. They weren't singing at the time they were going through stuff. They sung through the time after that testimony.
This is their testimony.
So yes, just because you have one testimony, there's many more testimonies. Your testimony's not done until you're done. Right. So I can't blame, fault, or none of that. But when I listen to it, I understand that pain. I understand that, Lord, I am here in front of you.
I'm not going to front. You know what I
am hurting. I don't know what to do. There ain't no other music. Like, I'm talking about to that point where that other music ain't just.
I know it ain't even.
You know, I get to those points.
No, that's real though, because the times that I've had gone to church, I haven't been to church in a long time.
Oh, me neither.
So whenever I go
to churches, whenever
I go,
touch me, you want my money? I got bills to pay.
Whenever I go,
the church's supposed to help you pay your bills.
It feels like the preacher is talking to me, bro. Every time I go to
we all
church,
go through the same situation.
Yeah, and he'll be saying something. He'll be like, "I'm talking to you today," and
you know what's crazy? I watched this guy. I forgot his name, but it was on Instagram. He was trying to open up a church, and he was just real woke type, you know. And they wouldn't give him the funding for it because the churches have certain stipulations that they want. So I'm a psych major. I going to school for psychology has made me learn why people didn't like therapy and psych, because learning how to understand the human mind, you can manipulate that. So certain things like open-ended questions in psychology, you got to ask certain questions. So to keep the conversation going. So that is questions that's relatable to people by the multitude. Right. Of course. So of course it sounds like I'm talking to you and that person. The spirit is moving. But we're all sinners. Right. For one reason.
So in that moment,
that's why we come into church. Because we come to church. Sinners, people who need a prayer, people who need hope, they know the type of people that are coming here. Yeah. You know? And that's what they use.
No, but you know, those two sisters, they sing gospel.
I come from a small church. Shout out to New Jerusalem Baptist Church in Kingston, New York. Okay, that is the only church I claim as my home. It is still as small as since it's so small in a small town. But let me tell you, shout out to Pastor Arma. Okay, she is.
Shout out to her.
Listen, when I mean
what's the difference between a pastor and a preacher?
Preachers just preach. A pastor is somebody who ministers, who heals. You know, a pastor is somebody who knows, who actually has a calling. You know, like a pastor who can call somebody out of the you have a situation. Okay. I've seen this lady remove negative energies and entities from people. Like, and that's another thing, another episode. We don't talk about how why back in the days in churches there were things like exorcisms and stuff like that, spirituality cleanse. But nowadays it's all about how much money you put in the pot and how you look. You know, like we realize there's no healing in the church.
The message.
It's just a message. They're preaching. Yeah. There's no pastors. You know, there's no real. You know, so and I still talk to her to this day. That's a blessing.
Shout
you know.
Out her.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah, Pastor Armstrong.
That's why I like genuine people. Like no matter what you're doing, whatever it is, I just like people that are genuine. Yeah. Like I hate like the fake phony, just in your face saying, well, you need that because you're not going to recognize the real without that. But I hate it. You know, when you come across
don't hate it.
Oh yeah, girl, yeah. And then
learn from me.
Like why?
Don't hate. I don't like to use that
just
word.
Just stay from around me.
I done been abused. I done been beat, and I still don't hate my abusers and my I can't use that word.
See, I ain't reached that levels yet.
For me, you open up a space. My English teacher, I ain't gonna lie, I went to college and learned everything I knew already in layman's term, but it wasn't for that. It was to learn certain things. Like my English teacher always told me, why let people rent space in your head for free?
Yes.
And when she said that shit, I was like, you're right. Evict these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I don't think about you, boy. You ain't know.
But that's hard. It's hard though.
It's not.
You know,
it's not.
The hardest
thing is to
What's
love
your
yourself.
sign?
Aries.
When's your birthday?
April 15th.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Sexy Red, my birthday twin. Okay. Look.
See, I'm a Cancer.
Oh, listen. You know what's crazy? My first love until my adulthood, straight Cancer.
Really?
Y'all are family people. Y'all love to love. Y'all are passionate. But you know what? Y'all are so smart that it can be y'all downfall.
Yes, because you know what?
That's self though.
That's the thing. Like I'm not suicidal or whatever, but I understand people that commit suicide sometimes because I feel like
for sure
I feel like they're so empathetic to what is going on, and they understand that this world will never be a conglomerate. They understand that, and it's just like I mean, as far as they can see it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, damn, I'm never gonna fit in here because I'm such this person, and it's just like
right there.
That's how I feel like a lot of people. Yes. So and I feel like a lot of them. That's why they do
like
that.
Spells. Okay, once you cast
definitely
a lot of, and that's another thing. I had to go to school and learn about English
etymology
more than just there, and there are. Like I had to learn more than that. I had to learn that words were made to communicate. They were used for chant, sounds, vibration. That's why all of this matters.
That good morning shit, where they be like, oh, niggas be like, what they be saying? Them hotep dudes be saying Grand Rising, and then they're making fun of them and being like, oh, don't say that. But that's really, you're not supposed to say good morning. What is good morning? What is morning?
Yeah.
What is morning?
Yeah, you're mourning something bad.
Something dead, like all of that, like shit like that. Like,
and the more you say it, the more you vibrate.
And then, like you said, where people are desensitized to their culture. So when people are putting in your face like the real, you're looking at it, it's like, oh, that's dumb.
Yeah. See, but that's where you have to go back to self.
Yes.
If you don't know how to talk to yourself and listen to that voice, because there's two voices in your head, okay? Yeah. Psychologists call it your id and your super ego, and your ego is your defense mechanism that has to choose. That's the one that makes the decision. Y'all say the angel and the demon, but it's really, we know how we think. So basically, that voice is there, but one voice is usually louder than the other. Yeah. Your strength right here has to know, I want to do what's right. Let me go for this. Even though I hear it, I can't see it, but I hear it. Let me feed it, and let me take my time. Instead, you want to go for what? There's an answer right now. Take it. Do this dumb shit. It's gonna make it that impulse. Yeah. You know, that's what the super ego is. It wants you to, you feel me? To get that purification, that adrenaline, you feel me? And that's that dark energy that we have to, go against, and it really takes you as a person.
And knowing
yourself. We all have that. Not even knowing yourself, just knowing that little good inside that you want it to grow. Yeah. That's a choice. That's what God judges us on. We got chances and then we have choices. You feel me? You get a chance to live, you feel me? But the choices you make are determined on how we're being judged in this way. How I feel. I don't know how God judges. In my heart, that's how he taught me, okay? You do something better, you know better.
All right, so see, you said that.
And then you know get it again, all right. Okay,
if you know better.
Keep doing it. If you know better,
so do you think that there's some people that just really don't know better?
I feel like there's people, so like I said, I'm spiritual. I believe in reincarnation. I feel like in your past life, God may send you back. And if you haven't done what you needed to do before, you get another chance. But if you lose focus on that chance and become an empty vessel again, like I said, the world has darkness. Yeah. I'm Haitian. I didn't know what it meant to be Haitian and what it meant to be spiritual and possessions, because through that voodoo, Yoruba, all of that, it's the same thing, guys. Same thing, different names. Same thing. Okay.
Calm down.
They made him in your image. When God made him to your image, he made a Spanish version of himself, a Jamaican. So same person, different name, same concept. Anyway. So now that I know what it is and how it works, you're a vessel. Right. You're a vessel that's able to obtain other deities, spirits, or vessels, energy, souls, to come speak to you and help and guide people. Yes. However, our body is an open vessel. We can either allow good to come or bad to come. Some people have allowed too much bad. So I feel like people think that demons are just spirits in the night. Those demons can jump into people and work through them. There's many movies that they showed you guys where demons jump in people and kill people and use them, and then they snap out of it like, I don't know what happened. Right. So many unsolved cases till this day where people say they don't know. Yeah. And like I said, what happened to the days where popes and pastors used to do exorcisms? They call it mental illness. They give you All right, don't come looking
lobotomy.
for me.
That's what it was called, right?
Don't come looking for me. Whatever.
That's what they were like. She know too much.
It's a whole other subject. Anyway, but it's real, like things that we are afraid to talk about because we don't know how to deal with it or how to go about it, or But immortality versus evolution. Thank God for going to school again. And I'm not saying go to school, but God sent me back so I can say things like this.
Just do research.
What's
That's the
meant
thing.
to generate itself will always happen.
Yeah.
And no matter how much we think we know about life, and God had to teach me this by becoming a Wick Lady, I could pray for everything and think that I know that the last prayer, I could fix it with another prayer.
Right.
You never know what you need. Only God knows what you need.
Right.
So as much as scientists try to fix things or there's always going to be something unexpected because that's how he made it to be. You understand? Right. So life was just meant to enjoy it, live positive, do what you have to do.
That's how I feel.
Just appreciate the
why can't everybody just understand that?
It's not meant for that because if everything was perfect, then what would we learn?
Yeah,
So when I see somebody negative, when I see somebody who's having a bad day, instead of feeding into it, I'd be like, damn, let me see how I can help this person,
See, I'm not to that level because I look at it like, damn, they weren't happy. They woke up today.
I was literally born that way, honestly.
Man.
All my life, I've been told that I've been an old soul, and I honestly feel like I've been here before.
Yeah,
like I feel like, I've always felt different in a way, and like I said, I've always denied it or didn't understand it because I didn't know who I was, and I feel like now that I know who I am, that's why God has given me such thing like being a Wick Lady, like by him blessing me from that one prayer has opened up doorways for millions of people.
That's dope.
Like before I was a Wick Lady, when Betty Boop was the only one threading up wigs and people was in the feds doing their hair, shout out to the boys in the feds that be doing their hair by themselves, or people who were just doing stuff and letting their hair mat, like wigs was just a Florida culture. Respected only by Florida. They disrespected Florida for so long, and I came and God made me love it. Like I had family here. Like I've been there. Like I'm from Florida. Like people think I'm from New York, but I'm from Florida too. Like I love and
respect Florida. That's the thing when I tell people, I be like, yo, I was born in New York, but I've been here for like years, and they be like, oh, well, you ain't from New York. Yeah. Like, damn, what you want me to say?
It's about a location. I respect.
What you want me to say?
I respect the culture. I respect the king. I respect the queen. I respect the hustle. I respect it all. You feel me? I'm from New York. Real recognized real. That's how we stand, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like so. That's just what it is. So the fact that God blessed me with that, and he showed me like everybody was gonna have them, and people laughed at me when I told them I was gonna do wigs. Oh man, fuck them shits.
You see?
When I put my wigs in my head, they was like, "Oh, them shits is ugly." All
right,
girl. Now look. Now look. I didn't think I was gonna be in rooms where like and not even to just name big names, like people like Willie Mays who put me on the little pootie. You feel me? Who got me on, or people like Mark and like everybody else, Denzel. Like shout out to all of y'all. Like it's the little people who I embraced. Yeah. Like when I started, like I told my sister, like, yo, do wigs with me. Like I just realized, like they don't got a wig lady. They need me.
Yeah.
Like, they need us. Come on. She's like, girl, I ain't doing them niggas here because I was only charging $50.
Wow.
$30, $50, $100 the most. You feel me? Yeah. Because
how times have changed.
Teaching myself. Yeah. Though, like I didn't know. Like so shout out to Lakani. You feel me? Catch him on Snapchat. He had a song like that. So, and shout out to my nigga B, okay, because he told me to go to BCU Uncut out here in Daytona. I didn't become the Wick Lady until I moved to Daytona.
Oh, really?
I was living in Dade, and they didn't respect me at all. At all. Dade wasn't giving me.
Crazy.
Only person in Dade that showed me love was Denzel Curry, okay? And forever, I'm going to always love my bro. But it was not until I came to Daytona and I did Lakani here.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I'm from Broward. You know how to do wigs and stuff? I said, I got a client who I usually do, but like I could do it. But he had silky hair, and I didn't have my crochet needle. Oh, so I hit my sister. I'm like, yo, you got a needle? She like, nah, but I could order you one. So I did it in rubber bands to let it mat because I realized his hair was silky. I'm like, man, how that needle gonna work? You feel me? Because I've only known one side. Yeah. And no lie, I ended up in a Goodwill with my sister one day, and we just thrifting and shit, bored as hell. We just walking around, and I see a jar full of crochet needles, but they had all sizes. And I was like, oh, sis, take it. You need a new needle. Because he was the only one at the time that had came. So I'm not thinking I need a whole set of crochet needles. I'm like, you see? It's not going to be that deep. She like, oh, no, I got mine that I use here. You take them. You could probably use them to do them boys and stuff. I was like, all right, you're right. I don't want to be ordering shit. Mind you, had I known, it was a pair of antique set crochet needles. Each one of those needles cost $100+.
Listen, let me tell you.
Honey, from there, it was history. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to my man, boss man Jizzle. Okay, that day I was in my house, and it's crazy because I started in Daytona.
That's the nigga with the silky hair?
Nah, he from Daytona. He another rapper. He's out there right now, man. Free all my kings locked down. I love y'all, man. The Wick Lady is life, man. Like I vibe with my kids in a different way, like, you know, and for me that's a blessing. You feel me? To be somebody that actually loved them and gave them some type of, you know.
Yeah.
But Jizzle was the one who I hit up to give me a shout out on Instagram. God sent me to him to tell me to make him shout me out on Instagram. When God told me I was a Wick Lady, this was a year after I started doing Wicks in Daytona though. So I'm doing Wicks, but I'm just locally the Daytona Wick Lady. You feel me? Like, oh, you know, they started telling people about me, but at that moment I was frustrated because it was a bad week. Like I was doing weaves and shit still, you know. Everybody want to go to somebody else because they giving you $20 less. Right. Bitch, I've been growing your hair for mad long. Let that bitch snatch your hair. Matter of fact, I ain't grown it because I grow hair. Yeah. I grow hair. I've been told my whole life, every time I touch hair, it grows. You know, so people know that. But it's like, damn, y'all gonna try me like that?
For $20.
So I'm at home and having a conversation with God. Lord, come on, what's up? I'm a single mom. I take care of my daughter. I take care of my mom. You know, like I'm on Section 8. Like, I gotta pay my rent still. Everybody else on Section 8 could pay. All their bills paid. I still gotta pay rent. I still gotta work. I'm hustling. I'm in school. I ain't got no nigga. I'm minding my business. Like, what about me? Like, I want to be outside. I want to do celebrities. I want a vacation. I wanted this, and I'm ranting to God, ranting with my heart so open. Honey, at that moment, he said, "But you the Wick Lady." I sat down and I was like, girl, you high. Yo, I be smoking by myself. I always tell myself, don't smoke by myself. Because when I smoke listen, Moses hit the burning bush. I believe so. Because when I smoke, I be in a different zone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, you high, girl. God ain't tell you the Wick Lady. And then I heard it again, but you the Wick Lady. Yeah. And then I had a vision of Florida with wicks, but nobody doing their hair. And I was like, I'm going through stylists in my head, and I'm like, oh shit, there's nobody that do wigs. Like, and at the time I didn't know about Betty, you feel me? Because I'm from Brooklyn still. I'm living in Florida, but I'm technically still from Brooklyn. So I wasn't into Florida rappers. All the rappers that I've done, I didn't know them before I did them. It was people who said, do this person, and I'm like, who's that? And I would go research them. And I listen to the music. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I would hit them up like, hey, I'm a Wick Lady. Somebody told me to come see you. You know, I'm all about putting into my work. So I'm always I'm grinding. Like, you feel me? I know what Brooklyn girls hustle harder, okay? So I'm doing what I know how, just being real and talking to them like, hey, you know, I know how to do wigs, no thread, no rubber bands. You know, it's an all natural method. Yeah. I'm selling myself, but I'm telling them what they needed because
that is so.
You know, dope. But he showed me like, and I'm like, God, and when he showed me the whole world. Like, I had a vision of all of us with wicks and healthy green grass and food. And I'm like, girl, you tripping. You high as fuck. God ain't over here.
No, I'm not high.
I'm like, how am I supposed to do all of this, Lord? And I heard, make an Instagram. I said, girl, you was hot. What the fuck is this? God is not telling you to make an Instagram.
Let me make this Instagram right,
girl. I made the Instagram. But I was like, but what is Instagram going to do? How I'm going to get all these people to follow me? Yeah. And he showed me Jizzle. Wow. He showed me him and he told me, tell him to give you a shout out. He had just called me talking about, yo, everybody keep calling me, somebody want their hair done. I don't really want these things to look like me, but, you know, I'm like, damn, give him my number. So when that happened, I said, yo, I made an Instagram. Give me a shout out. And I sent him the post with his hair. And I made the label, all natural, no thread, no rubber bands, wicks, hashtag Wick Nation. I created that hashtag Wick Nation.
How long ago was that?
2017.
Wow.
Yep. And from there, no lie, I woke up the next day, I already had 1,500 followers. By the end of the week, I had 5,000 followers. For me to see God, shout out to God, okay? Shout out to Jizzle too, but it was just me being obedient and listening, you know, listening and understanding what it was. If you don't have that discernment to know when God is talking to you and when the enemy's trying to distract you, it will be so hard. You feel me?
And sometimes that pride get in the way because you could have got that vision to be like, reach out to him and be like, nah, I don't want to bother him, or you know what I'm saying?
I just think it's insecurity. You feel me? What is pride? I do your hair. Right. You love it. You tired of hitting you up, so hey, give me a shout out. Right. You know, people be too scared. And I understand that because I hate rejection too. I'm an Aries. We don't like that, you know, but like it's simple things though. And that's what I had to learn through him and through my clients, that my own family and my friends didn't believe in me. But because y'all kings, I believed in y'all and y'all trusted me. And I gave y'all the best work that I had. You know, even when I look back at the shit I was doing, I was like, damn, what the God. I was using the crochet needle and still wasn't doing it right.
Look at the progress.
You know, they trusted, and at the same time, their hair was growing. Their hair was still, you know, so I didn't have it all the way, but I was, so that's why when all those people, all those stylists that's doing wigs now, y'all know who y'all are, try to shade me, oh, wait, like you ain't doing classes. they were asking me as I was still teaching myself. And I told them, I was like, wait, I just learned, you know, and I'm being honest. I was like, I'm still trying to get it down pat. I got a lot of people requesting, you know, I didn't know when I asked God to be a celebrity hairstylist that not only people were going to want me, but everybody, you know, so I didn't know what I asked for, but careful what you ask God for. Because when he bless you, he bless you tenfold. And when your cup runneth over, y'all think that sounds just like a blessing, but sometimes it can be anxiety. Too much. Yes, it's too much, and you're trying to catch it, but you got to know when enough is enough. And that's a whole nother episode, but it's just like, man, you know, I just pray and I ask God to just really like lead me and guide me and to teach me how to be obedient. And even if I don't do nothing bad, in my knowledge, I still ask God to forgive me for something if I didn't understand or if I didn't do something right, you know. And without God, it's possible. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because people who know me from Brooklyn, oh, yeah, y'all know what time it is. Oh, yeah. That was a problem. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, people who know me, like, I even still talk to, like, and it's crazy because people used to think I was a problem, but I'm friends with everybody that I know since, like, kindergarten, my teachers and shit. And I had to ask them one day, like, was I really the problem, or did y'all not understand me? I was too advanced for my time, and that's what made me feel like maybe I was here before. And when I got that knowledge, I stopped blaming people for things. Like, by the time I was 9, I realized, like, it's not y'all fault that y'all don't understand. Like, I was one of those real tight spiritual kids. I didn't know how. That's crazy. But I know. So for me, I got it. That's why in this episode, y'all gonna see me talking about God. Like I said, I ain't a preacher. I ain't at church.
Hey,
I don't know
nothing wrong with it.
It's definitely nothing wrong with it. That's the best thing for y'all. Like, we transition into the age of the Aquarius where things is nothing but technology and stuff. Like, I study astrology. I study the stars. I study everything. I don't just study one religion. If you're gonna study religion, study all religions.
Right. You have a better understanding.
Yeah, take the fact from all of it. And then that's when your spirituality unlocks. Even if you don't have a cultural background, you know, seek to understand. Right. You know, then you can be understood. Then you can even understand yourself. You feel me? And that it goes a long way. I'm a living testimony to it, y'all.
No, that's real though. And that's why I said I feel like, you know, everything can't be perfect, but I feel like if people had like a better understanding like that and understood people, shit would be a lot better.
But that's the definition of being perfect. Trying your best. Being your best. And if that's your best and that's what you feel like is your best, then ask that. But as you're pushing, like, I'll be trying to get in the gym, okay? Hitting the workout machine, I'll be like, all right, I'm tired. Yeah. And I'll be like, girl, you know you can do like 10 more. I'll be like, all right, come on. Let me get a little 10 in. Hit that real quick. You want that summer body. You gotta push yourself. You know,
like you say, you're your own worst enemy.
If you
because you gonna be like, man, fuck that. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. But that's
what they said. If God showed you what you had to go through, that's why He only gives you a glimpse of what you're going. Yeah. He don't show you what's the obstacles in the future. You're gonna be like, nah,
this is the goal.
I'm good. That's it. Nah, He showed me the goal. I ain't gonna lie. And I was excited, y'all. Yeah. I thought I hit the jackpot. I know how to talk to God. I was like, listen, I could pray for something and God gonna give it to me in 3 days.
All right.
And that's how I knew it was God, because I believe in the Holy Trinity, you know? So anything that I've ever asked for, it always comes in 3 days for me.
That's
you know, the
crazy.
Equilibrium is in focus. It's a blessing. We all have it, and I feel like some were born with it a little bit more than others, and we activate it. You feel me?
Right.
But it's a choice, guys. It's a choice. But like, you feel me? I asked God for an assistant. We're gonna get to the subject that we started on, why we working by ourselves. Okay?
Oh yeah.
It's not that we don't get along with each other. Yeah, because we've been over here talking, but you know, we're gonna talk about it before we finish all of this. But I asked God to send me some help when I first started, because I didn't know asking to be a celebrity stylist was going to make me so viral that I have 100,000 people trying to write me at once.
Yeah.
Okay, like, I didn't imagine, shoot, all these people want to get to me. And people used to get mad like, oh, she bougie, she not answering.
Right.
I'm one person trying to answer. Oh, mind you, this is when Wicks first started.
Yeah.
So people who had Wicks that was messed up for years, and then the way I was like, doing them, sticking them up, they like, oh my God, it's magic. So I'm like, getting numbers. It's like, it was just so
overwhelming. Yeah.
So, you know, like, he told me I could do it. You know, I had the energy. Girl, I was working 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. I had a little spot off of Emma Street behind Gus. Shout out to Gus, the jewelry shop. And you from Daytona right there behind Cookman. It was like a little cut off end block, baby. When I mean that shit was swinging. And at the time, I was still doing females hair. And, you know, I did my little 1-2s and shit, you know.
Yeah.
The everything lady. Anyway, moving forward.
Before the Wick Lady.
Way before. That was in the past. But anyway, because that's what he was doing, getting me out of all of that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I had to stop doing everything, because I had so much people coming for the Wicks. It was like, I had to change the world.
Yeah.
As I started doing people's hair, like, Lil Pootie was already getting famous. When I did his hair, it was like, oh shit, now he's going famous for his hair. Hot boy. Oh shit, he's already up and coming. But like, it put Florida on the map so hard, you feel me? That the shit started spreading so hard. I needed so much help. So I said, God, I need an assistant. Please, Lord, I need somebody that can help me. Boom. My homegirl comes over. She with her sister-in-law. She ain't got no job. She can help me. Good. Boom. The girl at her boyfriend's house all day. Okay, I'm sorry. She can't help, Lord. I need somebody who can help me, who ain't got boyfriend problems. Right. Boom. The next one comes 3 days. It's I think my cousin or some shit. But she like going to the fucking happy hour and shit. So I'm calling her. She a happy hour with my books. Okay, next thing. You know, and I'm going through it. So as I'm going through it though, God is trying to teach me a lesson. I didn't realize it. Right. So I'm asking. I'm like, damn, that's why these old ladies be at church all day. They gotta fix these prayers every day. All right, try it again. I need somebody that can help me that don't got this problem, that don't got problems. And girl, I kept going and going. This happened for almost 2 years straight. Damn. By the last one, it was like the 13th assistant. I was like, you know what, God? If this don't work, listen, I thought I had it down pat, sis. I said, all right, God, somebody who want to work, who's going to come on time, who's not going to be at the club, who got kids. It got to the point where I needed somebody who had kids, who had something to fight for, right, who had organization, because all of them kept coming with something else wrong. They had what I asked for, but they were always missing something else. And so you got to keep adding to the list. Girl, I said, this why grandma be at church all the time. She keep adding to the list. But at that moment, God said, are you not going to learn? I said, well, damn, they told me you had a sense of humor, but you up there laughing at me like, yeah, she gonna keep asking for shit. Yo, she don't realize I'm trying to show her, no matter how much you think you know you need, you'll never know. Yeah. Every time I thought I had it, I was always missing something. Yeah. When I mean the last girl showed up with a laptop in her hand, suit on, welcome, I was like, oh yeah, I did it. He looking at me like, look at her little dumb ass. I got it. Girl, she was stealing from me. I said, damn, I went through 13 people without stealing it. How did this become a situation? Because for me, I automatically think that people are just going to be good. Yeah. If you're good to people. And that's what he was eliminating. Stop expecting things from these people. Yeah. I told you I messed up when I made them. They all fixing something, you know? So that's why I'm so nonchalant now. Every time I get mad at something, he reminds me, why get mad? Right. I told y'all, you even messed up too. That's why I gave y'all the rainbow, the covenant, the reminder. I tried to flood y'all, all the stories from before, but we don't know these stories. Had I not known these stories or did the research or learned it, like, I wouldn't be right here, you know? So, yeah, no. Being a Wick Lady is God's way of showing me of how we treat him. How we act with him, how we ask him for things. And, you know, like, imagine being the Wick Lady, right? Yeah. You're helping people change their life. Like, people who felt like they were ugly. People who thought their hair was going to be destroyed after growing up for so long. I'm building identities. Yeah. I'm giving strength. I'm giving, energy and time. Like, I'm speaking life into them. Like, all of them. Everybody tell you, like, y'all girls think I'm over here hunching on these boys. No, I'm speaking life. Yes. I'm talking just like this to them. Like, I'm really waking them up because that's what God told me. You feel me? So for me, it's like to watch them transition and see them go and let people play in their hair and, go against what they know. And at a point where God was like, it's okay, because I see people doing wigs and I don't have a problem with that. Right. But my whole thing is that don't deceive people. I don't like seeing people doing messed up wigs. Like, that's not right. I'm talking about this every day. We're looking at this shit like, and y'all go against it. Why? People play like that. Because they let them play because for one, people don't want to invest in themselves. And this is why as business owners, we don't, Right. People don't want to pour into. How you want people to pour into you if you're not going to pour into yourself? That's why I respect you. You came over here. You standing on your craft. You're a queen. You feel me? You're pouring into your work. You feel me? And I respect that. Yeah. And I wish you nothing but the best. Much prosperity and like sky's no limits. Okay, that's what I tell people. You feel me? Real. You got to have that. Like people really just don't have that for self, you know, and I pray that they do have that, you know. People's got to find a passion, you know what I'm saying? They got to find themselves first. How you going to find anything else if you don't find you? Yeah. And the only way to find you is through God. Yeah. You will never know your passion because you don't even know your purpose. Yeah. What you here for? Yeah. What are you doing? I don't think people wake up every day and realize that. Why did God put me here and am I serving towards my purpose? Yeah. Why am I here? It's a long road, y'all. Yes.
a long
narrow road.
Yeah.
That's why you got to stay focused. Because it's so narrow, like a tightrope. If you look this way, you might fall.
You lost focus,
or it might be a dip and you might not see it and you might break an ankle, but that's just all about it. And that's what makes us more steadfast. Damn, I broke my ankle last time. This time I'm going to keep going. Shit. Even though I want to turn around, I'm going to just keep going. You know how bad I want to punch some of y'all in the face? I just keep going. Like, because
you already know that's what they want.
First and foremost.
That's what they want.
And I'm going to give it to you so bad. And the day God says, smite thee, I'm coming in, okay? I'm going to go wink that day, okay?
Okay, payday. Yup, the Wick Lady punched me in my shit.
That's why I can't go live on Instagram now, because I allowed somebody to win, And it's crazy because my prophet called me that morning and said, somebody's trying to make a fool of you. Don't fall for it. Wow. And I thought I made it past that weekend, and that last moment, I fed into it, and now I can't go live.
Like you said, we're not perfect, so
we not.
It is what it is.
Oh yeah, I talk all of this, and I will still punch you in the face.
Yep. But you're gonna think about it first.
I am. Yeah. Sometimes, depending. Some people are real demons, so if I go from 0 to 1,000,000, I need to punch you in the face. I truly believe that. For real.
Oh my God! No, this was I'm talking about. I love this. This is probably one of my best interviews that I had.
This.
I love the conversation. Like, yes, I love it. And like you said, I love women, supporting women, because I feel like that's what it's about. Like, we've had a long time with us that's like fighting with each other, and I feel like we need to come together more, because we're all dope and we all got something to bring to the table.
And that's what I was saying though. The reason why a lot of people can't work with each other as far as women, because a lot of women aren't secure in themselves like you. And you can stand your ground. You don't feel intimidated by other people because you know where you stand, you know. So it's easier for us to coexist with men. Like for me personally, because a man he ain't trying to bump titties with me. He ain't got no titties. I ain't got no dick. We ain't
the most with a man is that they're gonna try to sleep with you. Yeah. But I feel like once you
stand your ground,
let them know, okay, that's not what it is. I feel like if they're a real nigga, they gonna respect that and keep it pushing, whatever it is.
I don't come to work dressed up, and most of y'all can talk that shit, Real Wick Lady, whatever. Y'all feel how y'all feel, but they love this, okay? Anyway, so I come to work dressed like somebody auntie, cousin. I'll come in pajamas because I know what I have, okay? I don't know about y'all. I know my art of seduction, baby, okay?
Thank you.
My Kama Sutra is in her place. So I know, yes, I see the same handsome kings, okay, because I got one anyway. But I'm saying, yes, I see what y'all see. I can't deny it, okay? Like even before I had a man, while I was single, like my job is not to be enticing. I don't want to sleep with these men. I don't want to sit on their lap. I want to help them. You feel me? And a lot of people, I feel like they see these men and they want to take advantage of them. A lot of the men, they wouldn't even look twice of before their hair was done anyway. You feel me? So for me, it's like, why not feed into them? Like, you get more helping them and helping them grow into themselves and their confidence and who they are, instead of trying to throw some coochie at them. You feel me? Like, we need to learn.
And they get mad when that's all that they look at you as, you just a piece of pussy.
Right. So don't come to work in a skirt with your ass showing and you know he here and you a woman. Naturally, even if, listen, it could be the ugliest. God made men and women to have vibration towards each other. So whether you're not feeling something, that person may be feeling, that is temptation, okay? That's why I respect the Muslim women who keep their bodies covered so men don't feel tempted by them. So they don't feel, you know, like, this is where I respect all spirituality and religions for these reasons, because it matters. But
that's real.
Yeah, man.
That's fucking real. We just need to coexist.
Yes.
That's it.
Cheers to coexisting.
Cheers to coexisting.
Okay. Yes.
A dope ass podcast.
Yes.
Dope ass lady. Let everybody know where they could follow you. I'm pretty sure they already know. But if you don't know,
y'all already know it's Miss Often Imitated, Never Duplicated, man. Y'all can find me on all platforms at the Wick Lady, the Real Wick Lady. Google me, baby. Trademarked and all.
Trademarked and all.
Come on, man. You got to. They're going to steal the hair off your head.
Oh, trust me. This is Florida. This is America.
America.
Yo, y'all tap
Wick Lady for president, okay?
I'll vote for you.
Listen.
Against these candidates, I'll vote for you.
Listen, because I believe in my people, you know? We should have more self-sustaining communities.
That's real.
We should want to do stuff for each other now, I don't want to say for free, because people hear that word. See, I think that word is entitled to, but we should be able, if you know how to build houses and I can build a car, why don't we come together?
That's how it was before money came into play.
Yeah, but a lot of people became lazy and didn't have nothing to offer.
Right. So just give me some money.
That's a whole nother podcast anyway.
Y'all already know your girl motherfucking T-True. I came way out here because she's dope. You already know I fuck with the dopest.
She came out here because she's dope. Okay, let me tell y'all, when I first started becoming Wick Lady, I know we're trying to cut this off. I had a little beat down hoopty, okay? That shit did not work. I went to Chevy, traded in the hoopty, and I got a car. I did not know how I was going to pay for that car. I was so nervous. Every negative thought was trying to break me down. And God was like, girl, you got this. And I had to go and ask my mom, like, Mom, you think I can pay off this car? Because I don't like owing people shit. That's not my thing. So I'm like, damn, she's like, don't worry, God gonna bless you. You gonna work enough to pay it. Listen, I drove that car from here to B. I put 200,000 miles. I was driving by myself from down south. Like, I ended up in trap houses, situations no women right. Especially making money, like, you know, but because I knew God sent me on a mission, but let me tell you, I put blood, sweat, and tears into this. And if you are not willing to put blood, sweat, tears, time, patience into your business, it will not prosper. It will not grow, guys, for real. So,
and it takes time. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, don't give up. God been testing me to be the Wick Lady since he put me on earth. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Everything he gave me, every struggle, every quality, every trait, every moment, every laugh, every relationship that has taught me something, everything in life teaches you something for that one moment. Once it happens, it's like, once you get that realization, life becomes easier. So I pray you guys follow your purpose, keep going into your purpose, and get that realization. Okay, Ethan's up.
You heard it here first. Yo, motherfucking T-True, baby.
That part.
The Wick Lady.
Yes.
Broward County to Daytona.
Okay, New York, Brooklyn, stand up.
Brooklyn, baby.
Okay.